How do Megan, who joins us for the first time?
Hello, hi Alan, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Hi, well I've got a bit of a confession to make. I'm kind of like a new listener, so I'm a truck driver in my, as a part-time job, and I kind of listen to you when I'm able to, when I'm over in Manchester.
Excellent, well welcome.
It's been great. I mean, I've always kind of listened to you and thought, what can I ever ring in and talk about? So I thought I'd speak about, veganism, kind of reducing meat out of your diet, like veganuary, things like that.
Yeah.
First of that, what's your opinion on it?
I don't really have one. If people want to do it, then good on them. And if they don't want to do it, good on them too.
I mean, I've been listening to your listeners today, and they've been ringing in, and I've noticed it's kind of there's been an animal welfare theme with a few of them. So the people about shark fin soup, whale blubber and things like that. Fish has been hitting over the head, and I wonder if kind of people are changing their mindset and being a bit more conscious as to what they're eating and how that affects them and the planet. What do you think about it?
Some people very definitely are, yes, but not all by any means. Most people in this country, I suspect, will continue to be omnivores and pay little heed to how the animals are treated. Some care, some don't. What do you think?
So a year ago, I went vegetarian.
Yeah.
And the reason I went vegetarian is because I'd been experiencing a lot of digestive problems. So I'd get up in the middle of the night and throw up everywhere, and it was horrendous.
I bet.
I've been having that for years. I've been going through every single test known to man with the doctor. No one knew what was wrong, and I'd have it for about 4 hours, and by the time anyone kind of knew what was going on, it had gone, and they couldn't really do any kind of effective test. Anyway, so one of my best friends is a doctor, and we got chatting about how meat's really hard to digest for certain people. The actual breaking down of muscle fibre is quite hard. And some people can't do it. And some people are a bit more sensitive to it. You get people that are sensitive to dairy and things like that. So I thought, I wonder if there's anything in that really. I then went to give blood, and I came back as A negative. And I went on the blood group diet, and it basically said that my type of blood, you should have very little meat and kind of have more pulses and grains. Anyway, since I've done that, I've never looked back. I've never had any of these problems since. I've been having them for years before. But obviously, when you cut meat out, you start to look at the ethical status of eating animals and using animals for gain, really. So this January, I've done veganuary. I've gone vegan for January, and I'm about what's the date? The 10th. About 10 days in, and I feel great. And I can only recommend it to other people, really. What do you think, Alan?
I'm still in the position I was before. I don't I don't think much about animal welfare. I don't like cruelty to go on. I don't like to see cruelty to go on. But we are by nature omnivores. We are by nature meant to eat, or designed, if you will, to eat meat and fish and pulses and vegetables and greenery of various sorts and herbs and all the rest of it. So that is our natural diet. It isn't our essential diet. You can survive very, very easily as a vegetarian, and indeed a little less easy in terms of management as a vegan. And fine, good luck to them. I don't have any problem with rearing animals to kill so that we can eat them. I just wish more people would recognise that's what we do.
I think from my perspective, so I told you that part-time I'm a lorry driver, but the other part-time I'm a student.
Right.
And I'm a dental student. And I think the way our teeth are shaped, if you look at these kind of apex predators, like lions, things like that, our canines are very different to, these carnivore type animals. And sometimes I wonder if we've been told that we should be, this omnivore type, this omnivore type diet. And I don't know if it's necessarily true to the length that we've taken it. So I don't know if
we eat more meat.
Meal.
We eat more meat than perhaps is good for us, and we eat more meat than our ancestors did. But when you say we've been told to, well, we may well have been told by the farm and the meat industry to eat more meat. Meat is good for us, eat more meat and all that palaver. But historically, the human species was and still is omnivore. Now, we were hunter-gatherers. Well, we weren't hunting other things than we weren't hunting carrots. We gathered them. We were hunting creatures to knock on the head, kill and eat, because it's a very, very good source of protein. I mean, meat is excellent for you. Too much meat is probably harmful. I don't know, but that's not to say we have to eat it. And there are societies where meat is not eaten, and that's fine. I don't have a problem. I have a little bit of a problem with vegetarians who then consume dairy, because I think, where do you think you get it from?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I mean, with what, when I say what we've been told, I think we are subject to quite a lot of propaganda. So you look at like the World Health Organization, and they're basically saying products like bacon, even though, you know, they taste great, they're like, I think they're classified as like a type 1 carcinogen alongside like smoking. But no one really ever says that, do they? They just focus on
well, you
smoking.
found out.
Yeah, but I think I've only found out because I've been into it. I've been in that world. But I think...
But the WHO, the WHO and other dietary organisations say eat a varied diet. And yes, they will say to you that bacon you really ought not to eat, ham you really ought not to eat. But I've got to tell you, you know, a slice of bacon twice a week is probably not good, but the chances of it being the thing that kills you are probably not that great. My dad had bacon and eggs all his life. Died at 96.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're subject to like a lot of different information. I won't say we're definitely different information, and it's picking and choosing who you want to believe, isn't it? Really, I mean, you could argue that the World Health Organization has a vested interest in, you know, farming. Like, do they want the world's economy to collapse? Probably not. But you know, I just want to know your general thoughts and really kind of be an advocate for you know, something that has done me the world of good.
Well, you can be an advocate. That isn't my role. What I can tell you is if you succeed at your dental training in about 10 years, you'll be able to buy that lorry as a dentist.
I've got 3 years left. 3 years, and then we're done. And then
the lorry's done, and it's lorry's gone and open wide.
The lorry is a means to an end, really. The lorry is to pay for the degree.
I bet. Megan, lovely to hear from you. Keep driving and keep safe. And if you want to join us tonight, you can. 0800 218 2255.